Down the line, they can wait, and once your situation improves, they can come back and collect from you at a later point in time. So
yeah, that's scary. I was looking in California, it's different law, so they can just leave the key at the bank and walk away.
It's state specific, correct. You know, some states, you know, they're not allowed to go after deficiencies, and some states they are. And Illinois is one of the states where they could go after deficiency judgments.
For example, me as a real estate broker, I have a license in Illinois. It's easier for me to get license in Florida than license in Indiana. How about law?
Law, it's the same thing. Everything is very state specific. So I'm licensed in Illinois, but not in any other state. And so therefore, if one of my clients, and it comes up sometimes where they're buying something or they need some help in Indiana or Wisconsin, no, it's all very state specific, and each state has their own bar exam and their own licensure requirements. So no, the same thing. Lawyers are limited by state, and there are bar exams for each state.
A couple of years ago, actually 4 or 5 years ago, I was on NBC morning show, and they asked me about situation. I was like a real expert talking about situation. And I was mentioning that some people, if they want to sell the property, has to remodel the property. Of course, when you don't have the money, you cannot remodel. And then another one, I was mentioning that we will start seeing situation that the seller has to come with some money at the closing. A couple of days ago, one of my clients unfortunately had to do that because he couldn't go for bankruptcy, couldn't go for short sale, and basically happened short sale, but he pulled out money out of pocket.
Yeah, and sometimes as a condition of approving the short sale, the lenders will counter propose to whatever the offer is, and within that they'll say, okay, we'll accept the offer, but seller has to contribute $3,000 or $6,000 or $10,000, and then we'll agree to that reduced price, and we'll agree to that payoff. And I do see that often as well. But sometimes it's really well worth it for the seller to contribute to be rid of that burden, especially if there's something else that they're either ineligible for bankruptcy, don't want to do it, and they really just want to get rid of the burden. So sometimes it's well worth it, but they are requiring sellers to contribute sometimes in short sale situations, and sometimes you might just get an offer that's very close to what's owed, and then a seller would have to come to closing with money to cover the difference.
It's a very interesting subject. We forgot to put a little music, but what I want to, for end, mention, we did answer some of the questions of our viewers. Hopefully we can have you back again in a couple of months. For end, do you want to mention something that we forgot?
Just insofar as the situation and all the options that are available, there's so many. For every problem, there is a solution. And I think I would just recommend that people don't get discouraged. Don't throw up their hands and just give up. And then at the same time, it's not, these stressful times are terrible, but it's not worth one's health, it's not worth one's marriage and peace of mind. So I would just say, to keep things in perspective, focus on the fact that it's a temporary situation, it will improve, and there is a solution to their problem.
Okay, if you viewers, if you have any questions for Marta Bozic or for me or anybody else regarding real estate or regarding the law, you can write to us. Our email address is serbtv@gmail.com. We have a long one, but we're going to tell that on Serbian later. But also you can send us email on usastv@gmail.com. Now let's enjoy in the music.